Well, the snow has been piling up quickly, and so now there are concerns about drifting.
AccuWeather meteorologist Ava Dinges joins us now live with the latest conditions. Ava, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike and Rob. And this storm has had quite a history. First, it brought more of that flooding rain to the southwest, especially California. Then it brought that rare white Christmas to cities like Atlanta. Now it's bombing out as a blizzard in the northeast. Obviously, a day late from bringing the northeast a white Christmas, only bringing major travel problems, and that will continue even as we head back into this work week. Right now, the heaviest of the snow from Bangor, Maine, all along I-95 into Boston, New York City, and even down towards Philadelphia. It's mostly tapered off in Washington, D.C., but there's still going to be some heavier snow move into Philadelphia, at least for the next hour or so. And you can see all these heavy bands coming in with that storm. Those bands are in the darker shading of blue, where snow is falling as heavy as 1, 2, even 3 inches per hour. You get a couple of hours of that, and you're really piling up that snow. Now, the center of circulation is actually to the southeast of Cape Cod, and that's where we've seen a bit of mixing with rain. But for Cape Cod, that's going to change back into heavy snow even as we go throughout these next couple of hours. But the thing to keep in mind, it's next to that area of low pressure that we get the heaviest of snow, and earlier that was around New York City. So essentially we had the snow pivoting right over New York, and that meant the snow was over New York for a long period of time, and that's why we've seen so much snow. And another thing to keep in mind about that center of circulation, that's where the strongest of the winds are now. So the storm is actually lifting away from New York, the winds calming down just a bit, but Boston still roaring at about 41 miles per hour, and we could still see wind gusts as high as 60, even 70 miles per hour all along the East Coast. An all-out blizzard from New York to Boston, even into Maine throughout much of the day. And New York City, much of this is going to taper off after the morning hours, but for Boston, that's for much of the day, and same case into Maine. And before this is all said and done, many places buried under the more than a foot of snow.
And Dave, a quick question here. With the winds out there still kind of howling in many parts of the country, will it be hard to kind of tally the exact snowfalls here because of all the winds and the drifting?
You're absolutely right. There could be very well 2 feet of snow on the ground anywhere in New York or Boston, but with that blowing around, it's really going to be hard to measure it. The good news is maybe it'll just blow off your driveway, blow off your car. You won't have to do so much cleaning out, but that's a little bit too much to hope for.
Yeah, wishful thinking, Ava, but thanks for that. Of course, the blizzard is causing some major travel headaches, but there